What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Why? Well, members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you'll receive a notification every time I drop a video. You can go and check the video out. Let's get into it. Back to Porky, the young homie from 107 Hoover. Rest in peace to Porky. One of the most solid people I've ever met, and damn sure one of the craziest, one of the more gangster, for real, that I've ever met. And I've met some cold people during my life. I have to tip my cap to him for many reasons. Porky never bragged about his fights, even the ones that he clearly won. I've never heard him say, yeah, I beat the shit out of him, or I beat his ass, or never. He just said, man, I squabbled him. What happened with you and Whoop-de-Whoop? Man, I just squabbled him. You know, squabbling all the enemigos, bro, just squabbling. But he never just really go into the fight and disparage or denigrate anyone. Really just adding to his solidness that he was without braggadocio. And in this situation, Porky was in the feds, in the federal penitentiary. He was about 22 to 23 years old at this time. He was in the cell with a homie from A. Trey Hoover. I'm not going to name his name. A strong homie, a young homie. They were both about the same age, 22, 23 years old. Shout out to Big Trey Stone, by the way. And this is not Big Trey Stone, but y'all can infer from there. Shout out to Big Trey Soldier as well. And so they were in a cell together there in the federal penitentiary. And Porky, he explained to me one day what happened. I already knew what had happened. When it happened, I heard about it. We all had heard about it on the street. That the homie had stabbed Porky up right there in the cell in the federal penitentiary. Indeed. That took a lot of balls. I asked Porky, what happened with that situation with you and the young homie Whoop-de-Whoop in the federal penitentiary? And he explained it when we were in the Los Angeles County Jail. He said, man, we just had a spat at first. We had a little falling out over a little cell etiquette, proper cell protocol. And soon I'm going to do a video on proper cell etiquette as well as chow hall etiquette. As I have alluded to before, many situations have transpired inside of the chow hall for, not having proper etiquette and inside of a cell with you or with the person and their CELLY over this or that. And they were getting into it over, who's going to clean the cell on what day and who's not being clean enough and talking too loud, I'm trying to sleep, playing your music too loud, whatever the situation is. But he said that it was just a little back and forth at first and that it was okay. This was about 2 weeks prior to the incident. And then about a week after they had the little spat, some dudes there in the penitentiary, in the federal penitentiary, had jumped, some dudes from neighborhood, had jumped one of the homies, had jumped a Hoover there in the penitentiary. They packed him out. They're kind of known for this, packing people out. Kind of started that trend. I'm just telling you what it is. And so, Porky, well, he was incensed. He was outraged and had taken that very personal in the same way that when the white guys, the white boys, had packed out milk there in the Los Angeles County Jail, Porky took that personal because he's from Hoover and he's right here when this transpires. So he's saying, y'all are really saying to hell with me that I'm nobody. that y'all don't fear me at all to do something to one of my brethren, knowing that I'm here. Like, y'all not worried about any blowout, any fallout, any repercussions. I'll show you that that's a mistake. So Porky, he's enraged, and he tells the young homie in the cell, man, we're going to stab these dudes up. There's no fighting them for what they did to the young homie, packing him out. While we're here, he's telling the homie in the cell, you too should be upset and taking umbrage to what just transpired personally, because they did this knowing that you're here. Apparently, they're not worried about a response from you, me, or nobody else. Well, we got a response for them. We gonna run some iron up in them. But the young homie tells Porky that everything does not have to involve a weapon. He said that the neighborhoods did not use a weapon. So why do you want to use a weapon? You just always basically want to go overboard. And so Porky's telling me this, and you can just see he's reliving it. He's upset as he's telling me this. He's saying, big bro, imagine the nerve of this guy. He said, I have not been stabbing people here in the feds. I've just been squabbling. So he's exaggerating when he's saying that I always want to go overboard and take things a step further. That's a monumental exaggeration. He's trying to bag out of having to use a weapon on the opposition. And so he's deflecting by putting it off on me as if I'm a crackpot that's going to get everyone involved and everyone in danger. So he said, man, what do you mean I'm going overboard? I always want to go overboard. Bro, these dudes packed the homie out. Fucked him up. Bad. While we're here, what you want to do? You want to just let it go? Is that what you want? Nah, man, we squabbling. Nah, man. We busting on them. So Porky said, what, you scared to use a knife? You ain't never used a knife. But the young homie again, that he's in the cell with, well, he is not a buster. He's not. Period. Neither is his namesake. Neither is his big homie. Period. But Porky knows this. But Porky doesn't care because he does not pick and choose. He don't want to fight a buster. Anyway, he wants somebody that's going to fight back. So he told the young homie that he was afraid, apparently, to stand up and that he's not really representing the turf properly because there's going to be a response and there's going to be weapons involved, whether he likes it or not, and he's going to have to get involved. So the young homie tells Porky, so you getting at me like I'm a buster? And Porky said he flinched at him. Well, that's how he took it. So Porky fired on him. Bam! And Porky, again, is a big dude. And he lost it once again and fired on the young homie. But the young homie, again, he is not a coward. I know this personally. I'll just leave it at that. Far from a coward. And he responded and fired back on Porky, and they began to squabble right there inside of the cell in the federal penitentiary. Porky said that the squabble lasted for some time, but, in the end, he basically had got the best of the homie. Again, he said this without braggadocio. He just was explaining why he believes, essentially, what was to come next. And that was, well, just a few days later, after the young homie in the cell had made it seemed like everything was okay, everything was on the up and up. They had buried the hatchet. Everything was just fine. I forgive you, we squabbled, that's it. You didn't knock me out, you didn't knock none of my teeth out, we good. We still comrades, brothers in arms. He made Porky believe that everything was just fine. Porky said that he believed it. It's not the first time he squabbled a homie. Hell, he was doing it all the time on the street. I know that personally as well. And again, we squabble, shake hands, and move on. Go and eat and spend the night at each other's house. This is life in the catacombs, grottos, and ghettos all around America. But Porky thought nothing of it. And, well, just a few days later, they were on lockdown, probably over the situation over the neighborhoods. I don't recall what Porky said they were on lockdown for, but they were on lockdown. And just like in the state, they came to get them for shower. They come to the cell door, and you have to cuff it up to go out for the shower when you're on lockdown, unless you're on a modified lockdown or whatever. In this case, they were doing cuff-ups for showers. And they come and get you and your celly at the same time. Y'all either go in the same shower or a separate shower. I don't know how it is in Feds. In the state, they have both, where y'all both can go in the shower. They have double showers and they have separate showers. So if they're in the Feds, I'm not sure if they shower together or not. But at any rate, they came to get him for the shower and cuffed him up. Porky said that the young homie had wrapped up his shower stuff inside of the towel like he and everyone else normally does. You get your white towel, you have your shower shoes, your soap, your drawers, your underwear, and a pair of socks that you're about to change out in the shower after you shower. You're going to change it out right in the shower, get cuffed back up, and go back to your cell. Lotion up and put on your door and all that right there in the cell. Some people doing it in the shower. Most people doing it inside the cell. But anyway, so you have your shower roll, as we used to call it. But lying in wait in this shower roll, unbeknownst to Porky, was a weapon that the young homie had made up one night while Porky was asleep. He had not let the situation go and was still teething on the inside. And he waited until Porky cuffed it up for showers first. So Porky said he made it seem like everything was fine. Like he was just about to go to the shower per normal. Like they both always do, just about to go out of the cell and go to the shower. Come out of the cell and go to the shower. Porky's not thinking anything other than that. And so he cuffed it up. And then his celly was about to come in, or he was supposed to go next and then cuff it up. Then they said, pop cell 5. And the police grab you by the arm while you cuffed up, and turn you around, escort you out to the shower. But Porky said when he cuffed it up, well, as soon as the popo got the second cuff on his wrist, the young homie dropped his towel with his shower, supposedly, ostensibly, his shower stuff in there, and out came a weapon. And he grabbed the weapon and began to stab Porky. Stabbed him 16, 17, 18 times. But the weapon was not necessarily penetrating. It was not really sharp. It was not a good put together weapon, but it was something. There was blood there. He was poking Porky multiple times. And Porky say he cuffed up. He trying to turn his back so maybe he get hit in the back or the shoulder, but not in these, critical areas, the heart, the stomach area, etc. But the young homie was attacking and was relentless, while Porky was sitting there in handcuffs and could not really, obviously, properly defend himself, couldn't defend himself at all. And the police are yelling, get out, stop, look. And the homie ain't stopping. He's not letting up. The police not about to run in there while you have a weapon. You're displaying a weapon and you're using this weapon at this time. No, sir. They did eventually spray mace onto the cell, the police. The stuff that smokes or some kind of smoke shit. Get you smoking and cough your ass up out of there. Choke you out. And after they sprayed that stuff a couple of times, The homie then dropped his weapon and socked Porky a couple times. Again, he's in handcuffs, can't do a damn thing. And he took full advantage of that situation, full advantage of the fact that Porky was in handcuffs and could not respond. And finally, he had, as I said, dropped his weapon. And Porky was sitting there bleeding. And the police finally did open the door and grabbed Porky out, took him out first, since he was the one leaking and in handcuffs and couldn't defend himself. And they had sat here and witnessed the whole thing. And then they got the young homie and cuffed him up and took him out. And obviously, they were separated after that situation. You know, they went on each other's enemy list, if you will. They have that in prison, some sort of list where if you fight someone, of course, stab someone, it's going to be in your jacket who the person is, and they'll red flag you from each other to where if that person's in this prison, then you can't go to that prison. It's in the system. You know, certainly wouldn't be able to go to that yard, but for the most part, they're going to avoid even sending you to the same prison. So someone had to go, and Porky was never able to get his hands on him or to respond. Porky said that he was upset about that situation because of the way that the homie did it. Waited until he was cuffed up. He said he could have respected it more, or respected it, period, had he not been cuffed up. But he was cuffed up, so he said, I don't respect that. When I get my man, when I handle my business, bro, I go at you head up, mano y mano. It is what it is. I ain't gonna wait till you cuffed up or got your back turned or none of that. Let you know what's up, bro. We finna squabble and then we squabble. Give you a chance to throw up your shit and I throw up mine. Whoever win. Whoever's the best man on that day. Don't even mean that you're the best man. You might just be the best man on that day. But the young homie, he did not subscribe to that sort of thinking. He believed, get your man at any and all costs. Whatever gives you the advantage. Probably looking at Porky's size and understanding Porky's reputation for being a beast. And again, they had squabbled in the cell a week or so prior, week and a half, 2 weeks prior to this, over Porky accusing him of being afraid to use a weapon because he didn't want to use a weapon on the opposition. So I'm sure that factored in to the young homie's decision to use a weapon on Porky. Oh, you think that I'm afraid to use a weapon? You calling me a coward like he asked him that day when they squabbled? You saying I'm a coward, bro? And again, he's not a coward, even though some may say that was a coward move. Waiting until Porky was cuffed up. Others may say that it was just war. It was strategic. It was him giving himself an advantage if he didn't think he had a chance to win without doing that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. But I'm sure that had factored in to his decision to stab Porky. Or you saying that I'm afraid to use a knife? You calling me a coward, bro? Saying that I'm afraid to use a weapon? I'll show you I'm not afraid to use a weapon. I'm going to make one up in here and use it on your ass. I'm going to show you I ain't afraid. But Porky said that he was outraged after the fact because here it was, he was trying to tell him why it was necessary, if anything, to use a weapon on the opposition, considering the fact that they had viciously attacked the homie. It was about 3 of them that had packed him out. And yet, he resisted that. He stood against that, but yet, Porky says he wants to use a weapon on me. So he didn't want to use a weapon on the opposition. And because I confront him about that, he has the gall to use a weapon on me. Oh, okay. But he didn't want to use one on the ops. So Porky, yeah, he still wanted to get his hands on that guy. And up until his passing out, he never had. Because when he left the county, he went to Centinela, and the young homie wasn't up there, where Porky eventually passed away. And again, I'm going to get into that, how he passed away. And I'll get you guys' opinion on that. I have my opinion. It's a big old conspiracy theory, really. And I'll also get into Tiny Goofy and what happened with him, as I said that I would. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. In the meantime, stay free, people.